Covering news where you live. 5 News at 10 starts right now.
She's been through hell and back. For me as a mom, when you're in that kind of a situation and you're taking care of her, you're on a mission. You're on a mission to get her taken care of.
It's been 2 weeks since we first broke the news of the E. coli outbreak that made some University of Arkansas students quite sick.
Arkansas Department of Health confirming 42 U of A students had symptoms related to this E. coli outbreak. 4 of them hospitalized. 2 of the patients had such severe cases that they were put on dialysis.
19-year-old Camille Honey is one of them. Tonight in a 5 News exclusive, I talk with her mom, who shares how life-threatening the infection became for the healthy teen, all because of something she ate.
She is ready for her life to get back to normal. And she is so very saddened that she does not know when that will be and what that will look like.
Camille Honey is a sophomore at the University of Arkansas.
She is a very social, sweet girl, kind of quiet, but very funny. People are drawn to her.
She earned her way in with a scholarship, and she had just moved into her sorority house this summer.
Also very smart, makes friends very easily.
But before classes even started, Camille was back at her family home in Fayetteville. Camille's mom, Chris, says her daughter became violently ill right in front of her eyes.
She couldn't hold a sip of water down. We went to the emergency room Thursday the 17th, and she came home the 16th.
Coincidentally, Chris had been watching a documentary on Netflix called Poisoned: The Dirty Truth About Your Food.
I believe God put that situation together. He tells us things in different ways, and I do believe that he put that in front of me.
Chris says she only made it about halfway through before rushing her daughter to the ER. But she says it was enough to influence what was running through her mind.
At the emergency room, I asked for the stool sample, and I said, "You're gonna think I'm crazy. I'm watching this show. It's just in my head. Please just, entertain me. Let's just do this."
Camille had already tested positive for COVID. Then the other test came back, showing she had an E. coli infection too, proving her mother's intuition was right.
I thought she was gonna die last week. There was one night where she was barely breathing. She was using every muscle in her body to breathe. I thought she was gonna die.
Camille was diagnosed with a strain of E. coli called 0157, the same one profiled in Poisoned. It spreads a toxin known as Shiga, which damages red blood cells and shuts down the kidneys.
She did go into kidney failure last week, and she's on dialysis now. She might not have that kidney function return, but we are hopeful that she will.
All these products are likely contaminated.
Camille hired the food safety lawyer who leads that documentary, Bill Marler.
If she does have impaired renal function for the rest of her life, those are medical bills that she's going to be having to take care of for the rest of her life. That's not fair. She has suffered so much and lost so much. She's lost time and possibly kidney function, part of her kidney function, for the rest of her life.
Poisoned dives into what food safety experts believe is the root cause of toxic E. coli in food. Contamination from animal feces on produce farms, which are largely based out west.
My number one thing is it needs to stop. We've had enough cases in the United States with romaine lettuce, spinach, sprouts, raw vegetables you can't wash this off of. I would like to be able to have a salad and not have to worry. That our food supply needs to be better protected. And when there's E. coli on the food, someone should be held accountable for that. And it usually happens in the fields.
Chris says the University of Arkansas has been supportive through the entire ordeal. She says she believes they're a victim in this too, as rumors falsely accuse the campus dining halls as the possible source, which the Arkansas Department of Health ruled out.
I'm ready for people to be educated about this. This was not caused by any part of the university. I think this rode in on a semi out of California or Arizona or somewhere. And as soon as that has all come to light and we find out where it came from, that those people will be held responsible, and they will either be shut down or they will change their ways.
As for now, Camille, the girl who loves to dance, snowboard, and get on the lake, is spending hours at a time on dialysis every week, as her family and friends pray for a miracle that she won't have lifelong health issues.
I'm eager to have the conversation with her when she feels good enough to hear it and believe it, that in a year from now, we are going to be on a vacation, doing something, stand up, paddleboarding, whatever it is, and we're just gonna look at each other and say, wow, you're back.
Camille hasn't started her major yet, but she hopes to study marketing and possibly work in the medical sales field when she graduates. It's unclear if she'll be able to return to class this semester or take classes online. The E. coli infection Camille was diagnosed with is not treatable with antibiotics. In fact, it can actually make the complications worse. According to the CDC, the symptoms of E. coli poisoning to look out for include vomiting, intense stomach cramps, diarrhea with blood, and in some cases, a mild fever. As for the source of the outbreak, the Arkansas Department of Public Health is still investigating. Again, they confirmed that the university's public dining halls were not the likely source. There have been no new cases reported since August 25th. For now, the ADH is analyzing responses from a survey of more than 3,200 people to help identify the source. We'll have a follow-up story explaining how E. coli gets on food with food safety lawyer Bill Marler next week, so stay tuned for that.